what is getting you to the point of your milestones or your profit targets that you get to regularly, right? Because then if we have an 1,000% trade set up, right? If we have a 1,000% trade setup, but I'm just looking for 30%, that means all I have to do is capture 3% of whatever that is. Think about this. I'm gonna involve some business talk for a moment, right? When you see businesses, you see businesses, you see these corporations, they're in competition with one another, right? We know that Google, right, had this quote unquote monopoly on search, right? And then suddenly Google probably had 86 or higher percent of all market share over search because people were just using Google to look up things, right? Then let's say ChatGPT enters the picture, right? Google is a $3 trillion company right now. Even if ChatGPT collects just 1% of that market share of what they're doing, then that means they're 300 million profit, right? 300 million, valued company or just making revenue in that way. Everyone understands it. If anyone learned this, in business class or whatever, right? And so it's like, you don't have to be the big winner. You don't have to have everything. You just capture a slice, capture the share, the market share of the setup that you see, right? And if you can do that repeatedly, right? That then you feel confident that you're just hitting those benchmarks. Sure, it has the potential to go to whatever, 200, 500, whatever, some big number, blah blah blah. But then you start to grow your portfolio just along the way, capturing some of that. And so that growth for me comes from that consistent 50%, taking 100, when I double the money, just taking it and going. You know what I mean? If I even sniff or smell like the momentum is gonna sort of drop off, or that we're gonna have maybe a temporary pullback or turnaround, then I'm gonna exit and then I'm gonna re-enter back once we do get the momentum back in and going, right? Like how I entered Clover multiple times, either that was last week or the week before that, because I was just in and out. I was in and out of Snapchat, right?